Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. I want to talk about a story that is an absolutely mind-boggling mystery. And this really needs some investigative attention, from authorities. Now, a lot of times you see stories that are open and shut cases. Hell, I do stories where I think they're open and shut cases dealing with a lot of violence, especially with murders. And this story right here is very perplexing. It's Sunday morning, I can't get my words right. And I wanted to bring some light to it. It's about these two young men right here that died last week. These two twins are 19-year-old qaadir&naazirlewis of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Shout out Lawrenceville. And last week they were supposed to be heading to be with some friends in Boston, Massachusetts on a flight. They never made it. Their bodies were discovered last Monday, 90 miles away from their home in the mountains. These two kids. Now, I'm going to show you the video with the family talking. They're ruling this, the authorities ruled this a murder/self-deletion. We'll say that in the first 2 minutes of YouTube. And I find that highly unlikely. And the family does too. This is what they have to say. And then we're going to come back and talk a little bit about this, because this right here is the mystery of all mysteries. Check this out.
A mystery on Bell Mountain. The bodies of twin brothers found in Towns County near the North Carolina line, 90 miles from their home in Lawrenceville. The GBI initially investigating this as a murder-suicide, but tonight the family says they're not buying it. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn spoke with them just a few hours ago. He's live for us in our newsroom with more on this investigation and what the family has to say, Cody.
Well, Jennifer, the brothers qaadir and Naazirlewis were twins. The GBI says a hiker found their bodies at the top of Bell Mountain on Saturday morning. Both had been shot. The family couldn't believe it when they got the call hours later, knowing the twin brothers were supposed to be in Boston visiting friends.
We want answers. We want to know exactly what happened to the twins.
Naazir and Qaadir&Lewis.
Those are my nephews.
Just a few weeks shy of their 20th birthday.
I can get past it, they're gone.
The twins' uncle, Raheem Bronner.
They're very protective of each other. They love each other. They're like inseparable. So I couldn't imagine them hurting each other, because I never even seen them get into a fist fight before.
The GBI saying their preliminary investigation points to the twins' death being a murder-suicide.
We knew right away that wasn't true.
Family says the twins had a 7 a.m. flight to Boston last Friday.
Right there, we never heard from them. They missed their flight. We don't know what happened.
24 hours later, the twins' body found 90 miles away.
How they end out in the mountains, they don't hike out there. They've never even been out there. They don't know nothing about Hiwassee, Georgia. They never even heard of Bell Mountains. So how did they end up right there?
A mystery this family is trying to solve.
They had a huge support system. Like, we know them that they wouldn't do anything like this. So to say that they did this to each other when they come from a family of love, and they love each other, they always together, we don't believe that. They didn't do this to each other. Something happened in those mountains, and we want answers.
I did reach out to the GBI tonight. A spokesperson says the twins' autopsies is finished, but they're awaiting additional forensic testing to be finished, as well as the investigation portion of this, before they issue a final ruling on the brothers' causes of death.
I think that's something. Said they ruled it a murder/suicide. I don't believe that. I side with the family. And I'm explaining to you in my commentary in a second, but I had found an article that's real short. And it says it's from Yahoo News, because all the other outlets don't really say anything about it. It says, what we know, right? Now the title reads, twin brothers found dead in Bell Mountain in apparent murder-suicide. It says, the brief, hikers found twin brothers, qaadir&Naazirlewis, both 19, dead on Bell Mountain in Hiwassee. Authorities say both had gunshot wounds, and the case appears to be a murder-suicide. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations is assisting and autopsies are pending. Now, the autopsy supposedly came back like you've seen in the thing, because this article right here is from the 10th of March. It's the 16th now. So now it says Towns County, Georgia. This is where they said the deaths happened. Authorities are investigating the deaths of twin brothers found on the top of Bell Mountain in what appears to be a murder-suicide, like we said. What we know, hikers discovered the bodies of qaadir and Naazirlewis, both 19, of Lawrenceville, Georgia, on last Saturday morning. The Towns County Sheriff responded to a 911 call at 11:05 a.m. They requested assistance from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. What they're saying, investigators said both men had gunshot wounds while autopsies are pending. Preliminary findings suggest one brother shot the other before taking his own life. The investigation remains active and ongoing. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I believe those is the facts, but I don't believe they did what they said they did, as far as one killing one and the other one taking his life. First of all, let's break this down and just be honest. All human beings, depending on what race they are, have certain traits and habits that they follow. I'm gonna tell you something. Black folk, from my experience being black, we ain't going nowhere we ain't familiar to, and we ain't going in no damn mountains or woods and that we don't know where we at. We not gonna go nowhere where we not familiar. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get that out. I don't know about other races, but I'm just telling you from my experience of being around people that look like me, we not gonna be doing that. We not, like she said, they don't hike. They don't even know where Hawasse's at, or wherever it's called. They don't know. 90 miles away from the house, they up there, they supposed to be at the airport. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Maybe the FBI might have to get involved in this. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times in these hiking trails and stuff, especially in the Appalachian Trail and all this stuff, not saying that's where they was at, it's all kind of serial killers and nomadic people out there that are sadistic and take people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And when you in a place on the top of a mountain, that's supreme isolation. A lot of people, wander these places and are nomadic and live out there. A lot of times they might take people out. My thing is this: if I was the family, and if they see this video, I would see if I can get the FBI involved. I would, because a lot of times you get these places where they look at something, oh, it's an open and shut case. What did the experts say? That's all we got. But the crime, the punishment or whatever, not even a punishment, the particulars of the case don't match the personality of the people. And it's like severely off on the other end of the spectrum. Said these is loving kids surrounded by a good support system. 19 years old, they must have had some type of responsibility in them where they trusted them to go and be with some friends. Another thing is, if you're going with your friends in Boston, you be excited about that. What you'll be worried about is getting on that flight. They missed the flight. So if they missed the flight, they what? Should have had cell phones and all this other stuff. What does the cell phone data say? Where was it last pinged at? It's a lot of things that, go into investigating this. Who drove them? Did they catch an Uber? Who was the name of the Uber? It's a lot of stuff that should be investigated. And I'm sure they're doing it. I don't want to just attack the law enforcement or something, but them doing what they said they did is highly, highly unlikely, in my opinion, to where they were killed and then left on a hiking trail where somebody could find them. That right there sounds like they came across a stranger or they was dropped off somewhere. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But what the reality is, a family's traumatized. 2 kids that were supposed to be going to Boston to have fun are gone. And it's a bunch of question marks with not enough answers. I hope these folks do find, the answers they need to get the closure that they need of what really happened. So that's the thing. It's bad enough when you lose somebody out here to society in a horrible way. But when you're left to your own guys to find out or guess what happened to them, after somebody tells you a story where you know in your heart and mind that it couldn't be true, that right there is enough to drive you into insanity. It's upsetting that this happened. But man, it's just the world we live in. My prayers and condolences go out to the family, and I wish them the best of luck. I really do, man, with a heavy heart. I don't want nobody to go through any of this type of stuff. 19 years old, just graduated high school. You put time, energy, love, money, effort into making them good human beings, and then they die the way they went out. That hurts a lot of people. And they're not the only ones that lost their life. Part of a lot of other people that cared for them and contributed in their upbringing died as well. It's never a good thing. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope a break comes in this case. And if it does, I'll be on it. See you in the next video. Take care.